What's going on, YouTube? It's Q back here again with another video for you. In today's video, we're here with the 2024 Lexus IS500 F Sport. Not to be confused with the ISF, is Lexus's entry-level sports sedan, and it's going to go up against a few rivals for the Acura brand. It's kind of like an in-betweener for the Integra and the TLX, but it's going to go up against the BMW 3 Series, the Mercedes C-Class, and the Infiniti Q something. But this right here has a V8 crammed up under the hood, so this is the top trim for the Lexus IS models. So huge shout out to Lexus for loaning me this for the week. It's been a blast having it, and this is going to be painted in the color called Incognito. The interior is red, got the red guts, ill. So what's going to set the Lexus apart from its competitors? We'll get to that in just a moment. And before you leave this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel. Let's jump into it. Base MSRP is going to be $63,370, but this is a press car. We're going to have a lot more features on it. You're going to see the matte black wheels on it. The BBSs, to be exact, is going to be $2,450. Going to have illuminated door sills, got a carpeted trunk mat, a bumper applicator protected, and a dash camera. So that's going to bring the grand total, including destination, to $67,980. Let's check out the engine. We got the sonorous 5-liter V8. It's going to be pumping out 472 horsepower with 395 pound-feet of torque. And it's going to rev past 7,000 RPM, so that is going to be a treat while driving it, revving it all the way out in this V8. The engine itself sounds amazing. Get you an aftermarket exhaust, you can be as obnoxious as you want to be. Great sounding car. The total weight of the IS500 is going to be 3,900 pounds. And this is also made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, going to be power in the rear wheels. And the weight distribution is 56 to the front and 44% to the rear. But if you step down to the IS350, it's going to be 55% in the front and 45% in the rear. It's even better, it's 54% in the front if you get the rear wheel drive version as opposed to the all-wheel drive version. Your 0 to 60 is going to be 4.4 seconds estimated. Your miles per gallon is going to be 17 city, 25 on the highway. I'm averaging a good 18, because normally these V8s are just horrible on gas, but averaging 18, and I did another video, if you haven't seen it already, checking it out. I compared it to the Integra Type S, but this car has been doing very well on gas mileage. 18 is very impressive to be driving it as enthusiastically as I have been. You're not going to go to the gas station as often as you would in some of the other cars, because it's got a 17.4 gallon tank. So let's start our way in the rear and work our way up to the front. See, we got this black spoiler on here, and that's going to be a part of the F Sport package, as you see on the back. It doesn't say ISF, we got IS500. We're going to have these unique exhaust tips on here. It reminds me of the ISS of yesterday, where they're kind of diagonal with the quad exhaust. Going to have this sporty diffuser on here. Looks really handsome in the back. Pop the trunk. Got a lot of room back here given the size of the car. We also lift up this premium carpet mat. We have a spare tire with a canary yellow spare wheel donut back here. Also got our handy dandy Lexus first aid kit. Moving on to the back seat, where this thing is going to be very cramped. This is where the compact sedan comes into play. So sitting back here is going to be a chore. I gotta shimmy my way up in here because I'm about 5'11". Gotta say that every video. Hitting my head coming on back here. And sitting behind myself, my knees are in the back of these very soft and supple leather seats. These seats feel very good. Dang, these are very good seats. Hold on, let me get a minute back here. Not a whole lot going on. We do have an air vent. The materials, you can see nice materials everywhere. LEDs for the lights. Got some brushed aluminum for the door switches here. I had my daughter back here in the booster seat sitting behind me. She was pretty cramped, and there's not a whole lot of room back here. Not a whole lot going on. Very nice back here. These seats are comfortable. Got the cup holders and the armrest. Push this button, they pop out. The headroom is going to be decent back here, especially given we got a sunroof. The headroom is about an inch or two above me, so that's not bad at all. These seats are very compact and very tight, so 2 adults back here, maybe a little child in the middle that's big enough to not be in the booster seat, so not a lot of room working back here. Let's move on up to the front. Going to be greeted by a plethora of nice material, high quality, very high quality. Just because this is an entry-level vehicle, you don't get entry-level materials. Everything is soft touch. The craftsmanship is amazing. We even got some designs up in this soft padding up here. Very soft leather everywhere. Nice brushed aluminum trim. Everything. We even got colors like red color on the door panels. The speaker mesh grill, colored red. Even the dash surrounding the steering wheel, like the instrument cluster, we got black leather with the red stitching. This is extremely soft. My goodness, this car. These seats are extremely comfortable, very supportive. Love these seats in this vehicle. Very, very nice. Heated and ventilated, so that's going to be nice. I don't like about the ventilation. It seems like it only blows the cold air from down below and not on the back portion, so I do wish it was. And if it is back here, I wish it was stronger. Can't feel anything on the back. This interior is going to be a tad bit dated. This looks to be like an older generation compared to all the new Lexuses that I have driven. Starting with the storage, we can hold a bottle on the side. Got a nice deep pocket over here, as is the passenger side. The center console, we're going to have a 12-volt outlet, got an aux port, and then we have USB-A outlets. And that's going to power your phone because we don't have wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is a bummer. We do have a native navigation system. I can appreciate this analog clock, makes everything look fancier. And then we also have heated and ventilated seats, which I love, great feature. One thing I don't like, the HVAC controls are all buttons, but once we get to the temperature, it's like a capacitive feedback, like if you can like touch on it, but when you're driving, it takes some getting used to, and if you slide it up too much, you'll be and move your temperature up 10 degrees on accident. So it's best to do it while you park or take great concentration while you're driving. That's something that I'm not too fond of that. Got our drive mode selectors, snow mode, traction control, hill start, our gear selector. Then we can, it's a funny traveling down there, move it to the right a little bit. Neutral is right here. Drive is back. And then for manual mode, slap it over. And then it kind of moves up and to the right to get to park. This controls our touchscreen up here. As you can see, it's like a mouse. This is better than Acura's though, because Acura's is not touchscreen. They changed that with the 2025 MDX. But with this one, it's also going to be touchscreen as well. I plugged in my phone. That's how you get your projection going. And you can use this. I just like it to go to the menu screen. But once you're in Apple CarPlay, I really don't get out of it once I do my setting up of the menu for the initial time. We do have a few customizations. You can set up a custom drive mode, but it's not a whole lot of features here. Set your audio, but yeah, it's not a whole lot of customizable features here. As I did say, this car is on the more dated side in terms of features. We do not have a head-up display, which some of the competitors will have. We do have 3 settings for the memory seats. We do have a 360 camera, which comes in handy for those of you who might need it. And it comes on automatically when you're approaching an obstacle. And you can change it in many different ways. Once you're in driving, press the camera button. It'll show the screen in front of you. And I do find it weird to have this like black cutout ahead of it. Steering wheel, got your volume up, skip track. Got these nice metallic paddle shifters right there. There's not much customization when it comes to the cluster, but we can change the center to have a more simplistic view. And then I just keep it this way. It's just more information on the screen. You can toggle through a few of those options. Cruise control, we have this little lever down here. That's what I say when I mean it's outdated on the interior. Things like this, they normally have buttons on the steering wheel. My 1990 BMW has this same stalk for cruise control on it. We do have a sunroof that tilts and opens. One thing I don't like about it, if you tilt it and then decide like, oh, let me just open it. You can't do that with the push of a button. You got to close it first, and then you're going to have to slide it on back. So I found that to be weird, and vice versa if you want to tilt it and close it, because it's about to be like super hot today. So let me close that. So you got to do a 2-button thing, and it does go up automatically, but you can't go from one to the other just with the press of a button. We do have a 17 speaker 1800 watt Mark Levinson system. It sounds great, and I'll let you get that on the drive, which we're about to go on right now. Let's spin the block in the Lexus IS500 F Sport. It's cooking out here today. One thing about this IS is I really enjoy this steering wheel. The perforation of it is on the side where you're going to have your hands at for most of the time. I like to drive at 10 and 2. Got most control of the car that way. but it's just, I can just turn it in so many different ways. You got a electronic steering stalk or steering column for your adjustability, and it tilts and telescopic. But let's get out on these bumpy roads and see how it drives. This car is riding on the 19s. You're going to notice that it's going to take in a lot of the sound deadening. So sound deadening here is amazing for a car in this class. Some of the competitors don't do it like this. But let's test the turning radius. Toyotas have normally passed with flying colors. That might be the best one. This car passes with flying colors. That was superb. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. The surface of the moon replica right here. Very rough, but the dampening on here is so good. And this is just in normal mode. Seats hold you in just right. Very comfortable seats, very supportive. It's a good balance between luxury and sport. And that's what this whole car is going to be out. Luxury and sport. It's going to lean more so towards the luxury side of things. This is a true luxury car. And to get up and go, the way it just roars, and that's just in normal mode. This engine sounds fantastic, and I just can imagine what this would sound with an aftermarket exhaust. One thing I don't like with this turn signal, if you want to cancel it, you gotta blink it the other way, which kind of sucks. I'm used to just moving it back to neutral and canceling it. But on this car, unless you do a full turn, you're gonna have to flick it back the other way, like halfway, and that kind of messes me up sometimes. Sometimes you want to flick it for one turn for the 3-time blink. Sometimes I miss that, and I have to flick it the other way. It's a bit not problematic, but something that this car brings that I don't like. Now we're going to crank it up to Sport Plus mode, something I didn't do on the last video because I didn't know I had to flick it twice. It's going to open it all up, going to hold the revs higher, tighten the suspension up even more. Oh yeah, it's got some roll to it. Adds the character though, in my humble opinion. Miata like. I got a Miata, couldn't help but say that. But man, this is definitely much tighter than it was on the drive comparison I did with the Integra Type S. I only had it in sport mode. This takes it up another level. Now let's do some manual shifting, because why not? I love manuals. It's not the same as a manual driving car, but it's about the most fun we can get compared to that. Only in 2 gears down this street, because this car gets up to speed super quick, and the gearing isn't as short as I thought it would be to have 8 gears. So you can do about 80 something in 3rd gear. You still got 5 more to go after that. That steering response is just right there. And the red line is so high. This is only about, I'm still like 2,000 plus RPM short of red line. So you can rev this thing out very, very far. Torque too. The torque numbers aren't huge, but it feels great. This is a V8. You know how they roll. And now that the car is warmed up, this line, when the car first starts up on the cold start, is going to be around 5,000, a little bit higher than 5,000 RPM. And then it'll be red all the way up there. But now that we're warmed up, it's going to be over like, man, what is that, 73, 74, 100 RPM. So let me let y'all hear the sound system, because I said it was great. I ain't a liar. My playlist then went away. Now I need to pull over and get that thing pulled back up. Hold on now. Rear view camera turns on. It does what it should. Quality ain't bad at all. It does its job. Putting this thing in the right gear is always a chore for me. Learning curve. Oh, look at the chipmunks. Oh crap, we about to splatter some chipmunks. treble could be a little bit more crisp, but I do like that it has the bass and it does have the volume. You're gonna want your car to overcompensate. I like to ride with the windows down, and this car will definitely take care of you. You can hear everything clearly with the windows down. Fidelity is great. Now, let's do it from a dig and see how fast we take off. Ooh. Gonna have to do that one more time, because that was not Sport Plus mode. I keep goofing that up. All right, so, oops. We're gonna do that one more time. And we're gonna get onto the highway from that. There we go. I gotta flick it halfway. It's gonna have gobs of torque. You gotta watch it because you got all this torque, all this power. Dude. Not to say that I did it, but you can do triple digit speeds almost in third gear. That's wild. That's too much, man. On the highway, about to put it back in normal mode. This is where you're gonna enjoy the car the most. Actually, I got it in eco mode. I ain't trying to say the environment right now, but it's gonna be comfortable, very comfortable to drive as a daily driver. And this is where it's gonna get most of its points from. If you want a serene driving car, this is gonna be it. Let me check out this cruise control, because why is this a stalk down here? All right, oh, it's got adaptive cruise control. All right, does it keep the lanes? I don't want to be fumbling with that right now because I haven't already. But you can increase or decrease the speed by flicking the stalk. But let me turn that off. Just letting you guys know that we do have that on here. But this car would be great if it were a little bit bigger. RIP to the Lexus GS. That was like the perfect car, especially with that engine, the GSF. I was looking for one of those used, but the prices on those are comparable to one of these, and that ain't great right now because that car went out of production around 2018. But I thoroughly enjoy driving this IS500 F Sport, even though it's got an automatic. Y'all know my viewership, I love my manual cars, but this, I know I say this like every video, I'm talking my wife into getting a car because we need to get a car in like 3 weeks or less. So I'm going to see if we can get not an IS500, but maybe an IS350 F Sport, because those are very nice. And the V6 would be much better to get. Oh, I'm about to run into that traffic jam. The V6 would be much better to drive in normal day-to-day traffic, and I can get more of that, because I would actually drive that car. A lot of the cars she wants, I ain't trying to drive, but that car I would, and I would have it as a third channel car, fourth actually, because I got something else brewing up, but y'all don't need to know about that right now. And the crazy thing about this car, I kind of forget it has a V8. You know it when you step onto it. Once you get above like 4,000, 5,000 RPM, you know it's a V8. But normal cruising around here, like normal and eco mode, is going to keep the RPMs around 2,000 all the time. So it's very quiet. This engine is butter smooth. It's just such a great power plant. And it's a shame that we don't have a manual transmission. But I'm not going to harp on that. People weren't buying them, I guess. The manual Lexuses went out with the IS250 in around 2013. Slap that back in sport mode. Sport Plus mode. I keep forgetting that. Gotta flick it twice. They should just do comfort, normal, and sport. Now they got normal, sport, sport plus. Ooh, my God. Great sounds coming up out of here. We're gonna hit this highway, more moon surface. See how fast second gear can take us. Man, that is great. And that is the traffic we just avoided. The power to pass. You gotta be gentle because you got the rear wheel drive in here. Don't wanna break traction. Gotta be cautious. Like that person, watching out for them. They don't know where they want to go. But yeah, kudos to Lexus for letting me drive this car, experience it for the week. It definitely opened my eyes up to something new, something I didn't know I would like as much, and now I got this on my buying list. Y'all help me tell my wife to buy one of these IS350F Sport, because that would be perfect for us. It's not as big, but it would be fun. I would like to make the content with that. And then this, if I want just a luxury cruiser, it does the luxury part well. I like luxury cars as well, but I do like it paired with the manual. Who would this car be perfect for? Somebody that doesn't go to the track a lot. Somebody that wants a quiet, smooth, reliable car that doesn't want to spend their time at the dealership. I know I don't. Ask me why, but don't ask me why. But this car is going to be great. It's going to last you long term. It is the car to have. Paddle shifters are fun too, man. Lexus did their thing on this. But yeah, for somebody who doesn't mind, like, this car is going to cost. Its competitor is going to offer you more power, but this is way more than enough. Like, the 350 is 311 horsepower, something like that, and I think that's enough. This just takes it over the top. But that Sonner is V8. Golly, I can't say what I wanted to say, but yeah. But I'm gonna leave you all with that. So huge shout out to everybody that recommended me review one of these. Thank you for your suggestion. Now I know that I like one of these a lot, and hopefully I can get the LC500. I gotta get a Super, but yeah, maybe in the future. But this might be my last Toyota for quite some time. But if this video does well, maybe I can get some more. But thank you all for watching. Always appreciate your input, feedback, suggestions. I'm Q, checking out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel. Drive safe out there, and I'll check you out in the next video. Peace out.